Eternity and Morality by Emil Cioran. Even today, nobody can tell what is right or what is wrong. It will be the same in the future. The relativity of such expressions means little. Not to be able to dispense with their use is more significant. I do not know what is right and what is wrong, and yet I divide actions into good and bad. If anyone asked me why I do so, I couldn't give an answer. I use moral criteria instinctively. Later, when I reconsider, I do not find any justification for having done so. Morality has become so complex and contradictory because its values no longer constitute themselves in the order of life, but have crystallized in a transcendental region only feebly connected to life's vital and irrational forces. How does one go about founding a morality? I'm so sick of the word good. It is so stale and vapid. Morality tells you to work for the triumph of goodness. And how? Through the fulfillment of one's duties, respect, sacrifice. These are just empty words. In front of a naked reality, moral principles are void, so much so that one wonders whether life without them would not be preferable. I would love a world free of forms and principles, a world of absolute indeterminacy. I like to imagine a world of fantasy and dream, where talk of right and wrong would no longer make sense. Since reality is essentially irrational, why set rules? Why distinguish the right from the wrong? Morality cannot be saved. It's a mistake to believe otherwise. Yet there are those who maintain that in this world pleasure and sin are minor satisfactions, which enjoy only a brief triumph, and that the only good deeds partake of eternity. They pretend that at the end of this world's misery, goodness and virtue will win, but they have failed to see that, if eternity obliterates superficial pleasures, it does the same with virtue, good deeds, and moral actions. Eternity does not lead to the triumph of either good or evil. It ravages all. It is silly to condemn the Epicureans in the name of eternity. How is suffering rather than pleasure going to make me immortal? From a purely objective point of view, is there any significant difference between one man's agony and another's pleasure? Whether you suffer or not, nothingness will swallow you forever. There is no objective road to eternity, only a subjective feeling experienced at irregular moments in time. Nothing created by man will endure. Why this intoxication with moral illusions, when there are other illusions even more beautiful? Those who speak of moral salvation in the face of eternity refer to the moral action's indefinite echo in time, its unlimited resonance. Nothing could be less true, since so-called virtuous men are actually cowards who will disappear from the world's consciousness faster than those who have wallowed in pleasure. And even so, supposing the opposite were true, would a dozen or more years really count? Any unsatisfied pleasure is a loss of life. I shall not be the one to preach against pleasure, orgy, and excess in the name of suffering. Let the mediocre speak of the consequences of pleasure. Are not those of suffering even greater? Only the mediocre want to die of old age. Suffer, then drink pleasure to its last dregs. Cry or laugh. Scream in despair or with joy. Sing about death or love, for nothing will endure. Morality can only make life a long series of missed opportunities.